Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you're joining me. I'm doing another process video today, working through one of my devotionals. There you see my traveler's notebook. I will link a video down below showing how I kind of set all of that up. But I am just so excited to continue to work through this devotional. I've had a lot of projects going on, and these printables were just kind of screaming at me for today. And so I'm talking about the word worship today in my journaling Bible. And so I'm just cutting out all of the elements that I knew that I wanted to use for today's entry. These printables are from the Print and Pray shop at illustratedfaith.com/shop. I will link them down below, so if this is something that you want to pick up, you get the devotional and the elements, I believe, come together. So it's just so fun to work through and to have the content as well as the pieces to really connect your journaling to what you're learning in the devotional. I kind of think to myself that this is going to be a super simple entry, and then I decide that I kind of want to get messy, and so I do pick out some paints to use for today's entry, and I put just the paint on a dry brush, and that is how I get the look of the paint swatches that I get on my page. I pull out the color Bright Teal as well as the color Sherbet. These are the Target Handmade Modern acrylic paints, and I love using these in my Bible. They are great colors. They have a lot of coordinating colors to the Dayspring items as well as the Illustrated Faith items. So it is super fun to find coordinating colors and then get them on the page and have everything kind of come together. I start putting paint on my page and then realize that I want to use my Bible mat, so I reach for that as well. You can see it is very well loved and well used. The dry brush technique is something kind of that gives you the same look as a paint card, but with a little bit more control. And so that was kind of the look that I was going for this, and I'm just putting it in 3 spaces on my page. I want to create that visual triangle that just kind of helps your eye move around the page in a way that works. And I loved this colored Sherbet. I feel like just kind of brought out the lighter shades in the printables. This page came together really organically. Like I said, I was just going to just put a few printables on the page and do some journaling and call it done. But then my paints were kind of calling my name, and I realized I hadn't used my paints in a while. So I just reached for these different colors. You're going to see after I dry this that I do introduce another color using the Target Handmade Modern. It is the color Carrot, and that's going to kind of bring out the yellow from that printable. And all of the colors don't match perfectly, but they do complement the printable pretty well. So as I get more paint on the page, I'm working in Psalm 47. That is the verse and the chapter that they prompt you to read when you're going through this devotional, and especially talking about worship. And it just talks about how the Lord ascended into shouts of joy and to clap our hands and to just worship him. And there's so many different ways to worship, and this is actually, one of my favorite ways to worship and to praise him and to give him thanks is to document my walk with him. And so if you're just starting out Bible journaling, it is one of my favorite things to do, and it has just grown my faith so much, and I really just stand by this hobby and this lifestyle. And I'll link a video down below all about Bible journaling and kind of how I got my start. And it was just something that I knew that God was calling me to do. Once I saw that it existed, I knew that that was the thing that he had gifted me with. And so I just hit the ground running with it. And that's basically towards the end of the video, when I start my journaling, that is what I end up journaling about, is just how he has blessed me with this amazing way to worship him, and how I'm super thankful for that. All of my elements are printed on the clear sticker paper. I've just stuck the worship scripted word on a grid label that also can be found in the Print and Pray shop. I will link those down below as well, so you can see those. Those are from Elaine Davis. They work on any page. I've also printed them in like black and white, so you can have them in color or in black and white. And it just is kind of fun to get your title to kind of pop off the page in a different way. I've now introduced the color leaf, which matches pretty good to my printable, and then I do want to add a little bit of that reddish orangish color to match the little elements in the printable that have like the red and orange color. So I just have this candy apple paint, and I just put a very, very small amount just to have the little pops of red and orange in there, and then I continue with that same color scheme using the Illustrated Faith highlighter washi in that reddish orange color as well. You can see I'm just, instead of underlining the whole chapter, I'm just kind of putting a mark around it so I know that that entire chapter is what I am journaling about and meditating on. These colors are super duper bright, but you can see that I'm going to, after I get my journaling, tone it down with some white acrylic paint on an Illustrated Faith paint card. So I just take a little dollop of paint and I just put that on the card, and then I swipe in sideways and downward motion, and like you can see, that just kind of tones it down a little bit and makes everything really come together, and this ends up being one of my favorite pages in my new Bible. Make sure you guys like and subscribe and follow me on Instagram at Ro Writes. I love all of the support, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!